Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old to history to anecdotes, truly wherever our whims take us. Wonder Woman is an iconic comic book hero, one of the heroes that hails from the Golden Age, a member of DC's Trinity, and a hero who at the time of this recording is celebrating her 80th year of existence, with hopefully many more to come. She is also a hero who has gone through many phases, some better than others. But before we dive into that, we need to talk about another way that Wonder Woman is appearing. I am thrilled to announce that we have a sponsor for this episode, HeroClix. HeroClix is an award-winning miniatures game, and they are joining in the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary celebration with their special 80th anniversary HeroClix game set that has everything you need to get started and some unique Wonder Woman figurines. Now, it may look daunting, but this game is actually super accessible and easy to learn. No spending all day trying to figure out the rules. The game comes with 10 miniatures that are pre-painted, and you can add to your collection to create unique combos and battle scenarios. So you can customize your experience, make the team that you want, stack your deck and your figures, plus have some miniatures you probably didn't think you'd have in your life. Silver Swan, Wonder Woman, Wonder Girls, Cassie, and Troya, or Donna, or whatever we're calling her right now. This set comes with 8 scenarios, 10 figures, and 2 play styles for each figure. So there is a big replay factor, and you can crush your enemies more than once in multiple ways. They also have many other starter sets, not just for DC, but for other fandoms as well. If you're interested, then check out HeroClix. There will be a link in the description down below. Check out this set or whatever heroes catch your fancy. But come on, 80th anniversary special. You're only 80 once. Thanks so much to them for sponsoring, and let's go on to some more Wonder Woman. Let's take a look at a more troubled era for Wonder Woman, the 90s. I'm Sasha, and it's time to take a look at a blip in Wonder Woman's comic book career. That is the time when Wonder Woman got a job at a fast food restaurant, Taco Whiz. This occurred in issue 73 in 1993, during the era written by William Messner-Loebs, whose name may ring a bell if you've been watching this channel for a while, as he was also behind our Artemis arc, the time period when Artemis took over as Wonder Woman. We have a vid on that as well, so card and link. Now, Wonder Woman was not the only character to be replaced in the early 90s. In fact, the whole Trinity got to have some edgy makeovers, although for different reasons. The status quo was shaken up, Superman died and was replaced by 4 Supermen, Batman had his back broken and was replaced by Jean-Paul Valley and later Dick Grayson. So it may seem like Wonder Woman being temporarily replaced was simply following along with a trend that was working in other titles. And while yes, that was part of it, there is an other side to this. The fact that oftentimes some people don't know what to do with Wonder Woman, or rather aren't sure what type of stories to tell with her. This phenomenon is nothing new. The same thing happened in the 70s with the mod Wonder Woman era, wherein Wonder Woman was depowered and became a karate fighting, mod fashion shop owning representation of things popular at the time. A change that was not very well received. And while some may feel with time and distance between it that it wasn't that bad or they even actually enjoyed it, most can agree that it didn't really feel like Wonder Woman. Following Crisis on Infinite Earths in 1985, Wonder Woman was relaunched with a brand new backstory and a new direction, one that saw her dealing with newly coming to man's world, making many civilian connections and trying to find her place, and dealing much more in the mythological and with the Greek gods. This era under George Perez is highly regarded by many. However, as the years went on and Perez left, approaches to Diana wavered a bit. There was some meandering, which leads us to issue 73. The cover by Brian Boland makes the aforementioned fast food job seem more present than it is in the issue. For really, this is a blip in her overall journey. It starts off really prominent in this issue, but kind of fades to being a sub-story, a backstory, not even the B story, maybe the C story as it goes on, and then it just kind of fades out. We open on Themyscira having vanished, which leaves Wonder Woman feeling adrift. On top of that, she's living on her friend's couch in her basement, and she states that she needs to get a job and earn her own money and find her own place. Now, money in superhero stories occupies an interesting space, in that most readers will subconsciously suspend their disbelief surrounding it, as well as how heroes maintain both their jobs and their identities, but are willing to entertain the notion should be brought up as a plot point. The trouble is, once you bring it up as a plot point, you then have to think about it in respect to the universe as a whole. Now it's something that's up for examination. Wonder Woman has held jobs as Diana Prince before. It would still have been in the public's mind thanks not only prior comics pre-reboot, but also the Linda Carter television series that Diana Prince worked for the military. And even if one wanted to give her a job, people would be tripping over themselves to work with Diana, as she is a prominent, active, and known superhero. They would fire Booster Gold and try to get her to endorse things. Not that she would probably want to, but the idea that she would have a really hard time finding something to do is a bit of a stretch. So the montage where she goes out and pounds the pavement looking for jobs and gets turned down left and right feels a bit hard to get behind. Not because it's an unrealistic scenario, but because it's hard to believe that it would be happening to Wonder Woman. This issue is clearly attempting to get one to connect with Wonder Woman in relation to real world issues issues by having Diana have to confront some everyday scenarios of man's world, such as needing to pay rent and not ending up with the greatest job in the world just to make ends meet. The apartment she ends up with doesn't even have a bed, just a couch. Like the Timbaland song, she doesn't have a house, she has a room in the house. The thing is, stories like this really highlight the question of where does Wonder Woman work best, and how do these fish out of water stories play the best? In this tale, Wonder Woman is a baffled bystander, which doesn't even particularly make sense at this point in the run, as she's been in man's world for a while and has had many contacts and companions. On top of that, she doesn't seem overly concerned with what she's seeing, the inequalities or inequities. Instead, it's very much played like, haha, she's working at a fast food restaurant. Also, these things exist. I don't think my hat fits right. You just need it pinned is all. And remember to keep your hair tied back out of the food. Or better yet, wear a hairnet. But go on. Yes, Hoppy. Here are your green tacos, sir. There were certainly a vast number of strange people in the world. Diana in this tale and subplot just feels very disconnected from being Wonder Woman in general. It's almost like you're reading one of those no powers AU fanfics where the heroes are just going about their everyday lives because the things from the superhero genre or those kind of fantasy elements don't exist. Have you been looking long for a place to stay, my dear? Yes, all over town, but most want the first 2 and last month's rent and security deposit. A couple even wanted a cleaning deposit on top of that. I couldn't afford it. Doesn't Bruce have a fund for this? I feel like he does. On her way to a shift, she ends up saving a man who she met the day prior, who'd ordered some ludicrous amount of tacos and ate them all at the counter for reasons. It turns out that he was a PI tailing this mafioso who turns out to be a demon, so Diana gets to do some actual Wonder Woman stuff this issue as well. Huzzah! Hey. That was pretty slick handling. For a chick, I mean. What are you talking about? She's Wonder Woman. People know that she's Wonder Woman. She's in the Justice League. Then he offers her a job and she thinks about taking it and ultimately does, but still also is working at Taco Wiz. The letters at the back of this issue are all over the place, but they can be summed up as, what is going on with Diana? And I must add my voice to that question. What is happening? This issue is all over the place, and this concept feels like it was worked backwards too from the cover. There is a story here with potential, but to get to it, you have to answer a lot of questions about the universe. The pre-established universe, that is, plus battle against people's preconceived notions about Wonder Woman. The idea that Wonder Woman needs an ordinary job in the first place, plus battle against the memories of the high-powered jobs she typically occupied. And of course, why is she not out doing hero things? This doesn't seem like the best way to get involved in and be an ambassador in man's world. When Artemis takes over as Wonder Woman, she gives this super aggressive things are going to change press conference, and in it she roasts Diana for not helping out with regards to improving the situation for women in man's world and instead working at a fast food joint. Which, I mean, lies where. Despite the fact that this really is a blip in Wonder Woman's history, it stands out. It makes an impact in that people remember this, and it makes lists to this day at the time of this recording. It's one of those, hey, you remember that weird Wonder Woman story anecdotes that comes up in the comic book world? This issue and plot feels like it wants to say something but ultimately skims past it and is very surface, so it feels gimmicky. Like, let's take this exchange from issue 75. I was trained from birth to fight evil and protect the weak. To work for a private detective, to be paid to help people, somehow seems unworthy. Feeding people is a just and dignified occupation. I don't know why you're always dishing it, Hoppy. She then uses her sense memory to make the perfect taco in 7 seconds. That's nice. About 8 people just got mugged. There was a demon attack on the street just a few days ago. Issue 76. Wonder Woman misses her shift because she was, well, doing hero things and gets a lecture about how anyone else would be fired. But I mean, 7-second tacos. Hey, where are you going? Home. You were right, Hoppy. I have betrayed your trust in me. I am unworthy to work at Taco Wiz. You're a superhero. You're supposed to put doing good first. True, I did save a life. But I should not have been late. My hero status does not absolve me of my day-to-day responsibilities. Sure it does. I will not allow you to deny my responsibilities. All right, I'll come back, but only if you promise to give me more work and force me to clean up after everyone. Is this serious or a joke? I can't tell. One positive about this subplot is that it does highlight how Wonder Woman will do what it takes and doesn't think anything is beneath her, which is heartening. In issue 77, members of the League come to visit her at the restaurant. Just why is any of this happening? The last issue had a huge magical plot with Dr. Fate. It is just Whiplash City. Issue 81, she talks about how the JLE computer thinks she's dead, so it won't release her paychecks. Is that cause that's the only account she has and Taco Wiz is paying her through there, or does she get paid to be in the JLE like how they get paid to be in the Avengers over at Marvel? I don't know. See, now all these questions have been opened up. The box is open. It is creating plot holes. This would eventually be phased out, and we don't see Taco Wiz anymore. And Hoppy, the woman she works with at Taco Wiz, becomes one of the many humans and mortals that she connects with and just kind of passes through the plot. This whole endeavor is a subplot which is meant to make Diana feel accessible and down to earth. And I don't know, it just didn't really work for me personally. Look at that cover for issue 83. Dang, son. But those are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. How do you like your Wonder Woman? Goddess stuff? More down to earth? Somewhere in between? Do you love the what is this man's world? I don't understand kind of comedy that can come with her? Was this a cute side romp of a plot, or did it raise more questions than it intended to? I don't know. Diana feels a little unheroic here to me, and like she has poor time management skills. But again, a taco in 7 seconds. Share all your thoughts, and if you're inclined for some Wonder Woman action, check out HeroClix down below. Again, link in the description. And thanks again to them for helping support the channel. Do all of the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day spent discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.